So, so I'm stretching. Right, so this is my ruler, 12 inches long. Um, I'm still printing my parts at the moment. So, yeah, I've wrapped some of my prints with tape. That's to make it airtight, and it also holds everything together. Because some of these fit loosely, and some of them are tight. So it's just to keep everything from falling apart. But my new turbines, I'm quite chuffed with them. They're actually coming along quite well at the moment. I'm printing a stator at the moment. That's a stator. The turbines themselves, I've gone back to the centrifugal design. Right, there's nothing in that one. Right, it's interesting the way I turn it with my fingers. It's I haven't got it lined up yet. I'm just letting it dry a bit because it's yeah, it sticks a bit if I don't let it dry a bit. It's drying basically in like a sandwich, so it keeps it straight. It is dry-ish. It's just I don't want it to warp on me. And the best way to dry it out, I found out, is to leave it in situ in the tubes, because when you get a draft, the acetone's in the plastic, if you get a draft, a cold side where the wind draft is blowing across it, it tends to curl on that side. But because I'm putting it in the tube, the air can only go down evenly, and the drying process over 24 hours or even a few days, when it's in the tube, is much more even than it is when it's outside, or the sun might catch it and on one side and it can warp it. Because when I use the acetone to smooth it out and to bind the fibres together on the printed plastic, it takes a lot longer for the acetone to dry out than it does for it to penetrate. Maybe it's when I put the stuff in there, it's 45 minutes to soak it up, but it might take 24 hours to 48 hours to fully dry out. Let me just try and get this off so I can show you. Just a minute, where's my thingy? Right, this is a bit fiddly. Hang on a sec, I'm going to put the phone on here a minute. Just a sec. Right, I've loosened it up so I can get it off. Right, so there's one section basically. So I've got my centrifugal turbine, right, on the top, and then there's a stator, and that's underneath. And this stator's no good because the print actually went wrong on it because I had a bad connection on the printer and it shut itself down, so I didn't complete the print. So that's why I'm printing another stator at the moment. So, so I think I actually printed this stator too thick. I mean, not the stator, I mean the actual turbine. I think I made it too thick on this one, but no worries. I can scale. I've got different sizes. I have some other thinner ones. I made a thicker one, but I could use that one with this. But there's not much air. There's not much space underneath for the stator for the air to flow, so I'm probably going to get a smaller one. But they are true-ish. I think this one's gone loose actually. I think. Yeah, it won't sticking on. It'll come off quite easily. Nice and true. I've left it loose for now because I want to put the new stator on there. The one underneath it is just right, so I'll take that off. Take this failed stator off. I only put it in there just as a spacer really, but even that it's too thin. It's not wide enough. So there's the one that I completed underneath at the bottom one, that one. As you can see. So, yeah. So the air basically is forced in there from the my generator, which pushes the air, my centrifugal fans push the air out. The air goes through into my turbine section, and this is where I'm trying to add up some torque. Yeah. Anyway, just a little update. Sorry I haven't had much video lately, but yeah, it takes a while, and I had a problem with the printer as well. What had happened was the power socket on the bottom, down there, the green thing, the power socket on the green thing, what had happened was on one of the terminals there was bad dirty contacts on one of the copper pins, and it caused it to heat up, and that melted the solder on the circuit board on the back, and then that caused a dry joint. So when I replaced the plug and put a new plug on there and everything, the joint on the solder mask on the back of the circuit board had actually been weakened by the previous faulty plug. So I had to redo the soldering on the circuit board and clean all the pins on the plug again, just to make sure. And it's been 100% now. Yeah. So I mean, these flipping some of these plugs just don't stand the test of time, as they say. Anyway, that's all for now. Just a short update.